Dumela, dumelang bagaetso. Lebitso laka kgotsa leina laka ke Mentura Wajit Cheru Netjebet Tehuti Thuto wa ga Mogodi. That means greetings, people at home. My name is Mentura Wajit Cheru Netjebet Tehuti Thuto wa ga Mogodi. Welcome to Afro Sacred Secret Society. This is a show whereby we speak and we showcase anything and everything that has to do with Africa, which is the motherland of all black people, no matter where you are around the world. As long as you are dark-skinned or you contain the substance that is called melanin, which is produced by the pineal gland, you are an African. You trace your roots back to Africa, where we are, or at least where I am right now. So we actually discuss African knowledge, African information, anything that has to do with Africa, anything that is based on Africa. Is basically an Afrocentric show, Afrocentric based talk show, whereby we address the issues that black people go through, and also the information, the ancient knowledge that our people used to actually embody, used to have. And like we actually teach as well, it's basically an educational or knowledge system as well, educational and knowledge based talk show. So like this is the first episode, and like today's topic is nigger. We as black people, we call ourselves niggers. You chakala chumi ya gago wa tsena, you like, yo nigga, you know what I'm saying? So like I want to talk about this term nigger, and I want to actually share some information on this term, its etymological roots and its origin. I want to expose some information, So all around the world, a lot of black people are thinking that the term nigger is a positive term that we can just address other black people with. But we don't actually know the origins, the etymological roots of this word. So that's what I want to talk about today. So like the term nigger has been used as amongst black people, it's just like saying brother, khaitiedi, buti, you see. But that is not actually the case. That is not the exact meaning. It has a very, very, very derogative meaning. We should know that this term actually came from the whites, and it all started in America, whereby white people addressed slaves as niggers. We need to know why were black slaves referred to as niggers or negroes. The word nigger comes from the word negro, you know what I'm saying, which is so-called said to mean black, or which is said to mean black, you know what I'm saying. But that's not the case if you look at the etymological root of the word. So like I'm gonna start by actually outlining the etymological root of this word nigger, Nigga or whatever. I first want to actually outline the fact that a lot of black people, even conscious black people, so-called woke black people, think the word nigger comes from the word negus, which is an Ethiopian word meaning king. So they have this idea that nigger is related to the word negus, which means king. So they believe when they call each other niggers, they are calling each other kings, or they're calling themselves kings. That is the illusion right there, Or there is like a Nubian word which is nechesit. So they think the term nigger comes from the word nechesit, which is similar to the meaning of king, of negus. Nechesit in Nubia was the title of Checheru, which was a goddess of creativity, of music, art, all of those things, but also she was a queen in ancient Egypt. You must know ancient Egypt and Nubia had very close relations. The terms that are used in ancient Egypt were used in ancient Nubia. Not Nubia today, which is called Sudan. Ancient Nubia and ancient Egypt were like one, because the spirit forces of the gods shared the same names in ancient Egypt and ancient Nubia. So like Nechesit was a title for the goddess or the spirit force Checheru, and it meant one who is restless, or one who rouses themselves, or one who wakes up, one who moves upward, one who is honored, one who comes first, one who is revered, so it was a title for the queen and for people who were born on the day Friday, because the goddess or the spirit force Checheru governs the day Friday, and the day Friday is governed by the planet Venus, and the spirit force that is governing Venus, the planet, is what we call Checheru in ancient Egypt, which is a spirit force of creativity and fertility. So Checheru, you must also know that it governs the reproductive systems of the human being, male and female. Checheru is also the goddess of beauty, so the idea is that a queen reflects or expresses beauty. The queen reflects or expresses fertility, or she is the life giver like a woman, but she is a queen, like she is revered, she is honored, she is the one who has waken up from the lower faculties of life. That is why she receives the position queen. So Necheset or Nechesit was a term for Checheru, the queen in ancient Egypt and ancient Nubia. It also means one who rouses themselves, one who wakes up, one who moves upward, one who elevates. Just like Negus, Nagast from Ethiopia, which means king of kings. Negus Nagast means king of kings. Negus means king. So the king is one who has raised up, you know what I'm saying? One who has elevated, you know what I'm saying? So that's the idea that so-called woke conscious people have of the term nigger, thinking nigger comes from that term, or that's the origin of the term nigger. Nigger, there's also an Indian term naga, which means the snake people. The Naga people are the snake people in India, and they are the people. A snake represents the idea of the lower forces, or the kundalini, the creative life energy that dwells at the base of your spine, that is raised up to the brain by or through meditation. You know what I'm saying? So people have this idea that nigger comes from Naga, the snake people, the people who have transcended the lower forces. The snake represents the lower forces of life, of nature. So the Naga people were people who actually transcended, who raised up the Kundalini, who made the Kundalini elevate, you know what I'm saying, go up, who roused, who woke up, you know, and raised up the snake, the Naga, you know, the Kundalini. So they were the Naga people, you know, and even the term Naga comes from ancient Egypt, but that's not the topic here. The topic is about the word nigger. You know, nigger has no connection or relationship with Naga, with Negus, or with Nechesit. It has no connection, no relationship. They are not connected. That's the point I'm trying to make on this video. The word nigger, the original etymological root of the term nigger, comes from the word negro, which is where negro comes from. It comes from the word negro. Negro is a Greek term. And guess what the Greek term negro means? It's not connected to Nagas, to Nechesit. Nekro, negro, a Greek term, means death, or dead, or dead body, a corpse, dead tissue. So the word negro has to do with death. I have the information right here with me. I'm gonna actually show you this. Just check it out. I don't know if you can see it. The sun is kind of bright here. You know, I'm actually outdoors, so the sun is actually shining bright. You know, but I have the information right here. I'm gonna read it for y'all. The word negro, you know, it's a word that means death, corpse, dead tissue, you know, or dead person. And it even dead, the word negro takes its roots, or comes from the Proto-Indo-European word neck, N-E-K, you know, which means death or natural death. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And let me actually read this. In Sanskrit, there's a word called nasyati, which means to disappear, to perish. There's a Avestan, which is also an Indian language, which is nasyeiti, which means to disappear. Nasu, which is a corpse. There's an old Persian meaning, the Persian meaning of the very similar word, or the Persian meaning, the Persian word, which is vinatayiti, or whatever, which means he who injures. You know, there's a Latin word nex, N-E-X, with the genitive of nessus, which means violent death or murder. You know, so, and the Greek one again they showed you is nekus, N-E-K-U-S, not negus, nekus or nekus, which means dead. Negros means dead body, corpse. So from